want to start off by saying what a very, very saddening week for the last couple of weeks it has been, following the very ridiculous and quite inhumane decriminalisation of the abortion pill. Why aren't you looking at me when you ask me the question? Unfortunately, I'm talking about actually killing humans here, so not birds. Okay. So just on the topic. So as you all know, over the last couple of weeks, it has passed all the amendments, and it has successfully gone through. And I seriously don't know what the difference between killing a baby which is 24 weeks old, or one that's 9 months old, or when it's born. I mean, you might as well pick up a baby, a newborn baby, pick it up by its head with a knife in your other hand, and just slit its throat and say, look, you're too young, your mother's not financially stable to take care of you. Unfortunately, that's life. That's what the government is saying here. That's life. Well, you know what? I would prefer it if the government had actually did that when they were passing the amendments. They actually brought the baby. I would prefer it if they had actually brought the baby and killed it on the spot before they actually passed this ludicrous law. I would have preferred that they actually took some kind of responsibility. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I prefer that. Because the government makes all these decisions supposedly for the benefit of the people, but they still refuse to take responsibility for what they actually believe in. They believe in the well-being of the mother, the well-being in terms of financial well-being, in terms of emotional support, and they believe if the mother does not have these factors with her, that it is fine to kill a human. It is absolutely fine, and it's part of life, they say. Mr. Pooh Bear Rudd, he says it's part of life to make sure the mother is travelling along fine in her life, and if she made a mistake by having a baby which was undesired, then she could just take it away. This is something that is not only inhumane, and as Bit was saying, there he is, Bit, as he was saying, this is not a religious issue, this is a moral issue. Anyway, so addressing...
I've got some good news for you.
What's that?
I'm very disappointed with Victorian government did.
Yes.
Good news is they work out the Constitution of Victoria.
They worked out the Constitution of Victoria.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Parliament.
Yeah.
They work out it. It's illegal.
Illegal.
So if you're working
At one stage, yeah.
what you want to work on, knocking them out on the basis.
How do you suggest it's wrong? Your name and suburb that you come from, please.
So I've been somewhere in Australia.
Someone? Are you Egyptian?
Somewhere.
Somewhere in Australia. Okay, and you don't need... No, that's all right. For the video camera, it's always... he's an Aussie. Sorry? Pillow fighter. He's obviously a tripper. So, I just wanted to see if anyone had any objections to this. I wanted to know to the actual abortion. I just want to share with you guys a story. I want to share with you a story just with regards to people who are actually for abortion and for women's rights. I want to share with you a story. Just a quick story. I want you guys to hear it because it's actually it's a very touching story. I mentioned it to you, Shane. I didn't tell you guys. One of the priests at my church, he was mentioning to us. We were talking about a lot of moral issues, and one day he mentioned to us about a story that he had actually experienced in his lifetime. He told us once about a girl who's actually living today, and she was telling them her story. She was telling them how she was meant to be aborted. And she actually lived through it. The doctor who was actually meant to come in and sign the death certificate actually was actually forced to sign the birth certificate, because when they took her out, she wasn't actually dead, and so they obviously couldn't kill her when she's out, because once she's out, apparently that's when you're alive, isn't it? When you're out, you're alive. How interesting is that? You're dead when you're inside, but when you come out, you're all good. Anyway, so she was telling him the story, and she brought every single person in that auditorium to tears. She got a standing ovation. She said, shut up for a second. This is what she said. She said to them, as a woman, she said to them, if abortion is a woman's right, where was my right? She said that to them. If abortion is a woman's right, where was my right?
At what point after conception does it become not okay?
Does it become not after conception? It's not okay to have an abortion altogether.
So you're just as evil to kill 4 cells as it is a baby.
It's not just as easy to kill it.
Just as evil, just as wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So if you were in that situation, you would then have to, according to your beliefs, sacrifice 1 kid who's already been born rather than 2, which is still in the stages of developing in you.
I wouldn't want to kill any of them.
Yes. It's very easy to have a moral position and just say, I'll never have to act on it. Sort of a genetic defect. And he's going to be born and have a very horrible life.
There are a lot of people who deal with it. There are a lot of groups and organisations that help people deal with this.
And you have to make a decision. Do I abort or do I not abort?
You don't abort them. You don't abort them.
Even if the kid's going to suffer their whole life. Even if they're going to be born with Harlequin's disease and have no skin and they're in
the only exception to abortion is if the mother's life is in danger. If the mother's life would actually be in danger of any troubles.
But not if the child's going to suffer.
No, not if the child's going to suffer.
So you'd rather the child suffer?
Yes.
Okay.
If that's its genetic predisposition, then it still has the right to live. It's a little baby.
Sorry?
You're saying that life is suffering.
No. I'm just saying there are situations where one has to make a decision. Sorry? Yes, that's essentially what I'm saying. There are those situations that happen. You either abort the baby and stop it from experiencing suffering.
I'll tell you what I'm against here. Yes. Because that's the initiation of what's to be further development. What else is? When's the start of life?
I go tonight, start life. I mean, it's going to end up that way.
What do you mean you go out tonight and start life? You'll go out tonight and knock up some girl?
You'll eventually fall into a zygote and then there's your life.
Yeah, so what's your point?
You chose an arbitrary point to say life starts there. Why can't everyone else?
What do you mean?
You chose an arbitrary point
It's not an arbitrary point. No, it's not. It's the start of. What qualifications do you have? This is against it. He wants to start with you. Okay, look. You haven't even spoken all day. Go back to your little bed over there. All right. And take your hat, use a nice pillow, take a few leaves and make yourself nice and comfortable. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I will be back with a different issue next time. Please, you two, read something, please, or watch something. Go right, guys.
I just want to say one thing. This is democracy.